What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Miniature Mayhem. My name's Chris. With AOS 3.0 just around the corner, Games Workshop have very kindly released the rules for us all to have a look over. So I thought it'd be fun for me to go over 5 of the changes that I think are going to be absolute game changers this edition. So in at number 1 we have Priority Roll, rule number 4.1. At the start of each battle round the players must roll off. This is called the Priority Roll. The winner has priority in that battle round and must decide who will take the first turn and who will take the second turn. In the event of a tied Priority Roll, do not roll off again. Instead, if it is the first battle round, the player who finishes deploying the army first has priority. Otherwise, the player who went first in the previous battle round has priority. I think this is an absolutely fantastic change. You're no longer going to be decided whether you go first or second purely based off the battle tome that you've bought. With everyone now having access to core battalions, it's on a much more even playing field, especially for match play. I really like that they kept that the player who finished deploying their army first has a slight advantage in the case of a tied priority roll, but over the course of an event there should be much more balance for everyone involved. In at number 2 we have rule 6.1, using command abilities. Now, I think this is going to split people as to whether they like it or not, but this is what it says. To use a command ability, you must spend 1 command point to pick 1 friendly model to issue the command, and pick 1 friendly unit to receive the command. Unless noted otherwise, the models that can issue commands and the units they can issue them to are as follows. Now, everything is the same here, apart from they've added a bullet point. Unit champions can issue commands to their own unit. See 22.3.2. I can't wait for someone to quote those rules numbers to me. That game is definitely going to be at the bar early. Now, if we jump to the quoted rule 22.3.2, some units can include uniquely named champions, standard bearers or musicians. These are known collectively as command models, and the war scroll may include upgrades that apply to them or abilities that can only be used if they are part of the unit. Now, this is a huge change. The fact that units can go off unsupported, they don't need characters to apply buffs, is extremely powerful, especially with some of the new command abilities available. Having some of your key units being able to operate independently will give so many different tactical opportunities. I think this is massively exciting, especially for tournament play. Speaking of powerful new command abilities, in at number 3 we have Redeploy. You can use this command ability in the enemy movement phase after an enemy unit finishes a normal move, run or retreat. The unit that receives the command must be within 9 of that enemy unit and more than 3 from all enemy units. You can make a d6 move with the unit that receives the command, but it must finish the move more than 3 from all enemy units and cannot shoot later in the turn. Now, this ability to me seems massively powerful. Being able to move in your opponent's turn as a reactionary measure to how they've moved is huge. I think there's going to be so many ways to use this, and I don't think I could even think of half of them. The biggest change I think this rule is going to make is actually to army composition, because this goes completely against having a Death Star type of build. If your opponent can make all of your charges longer with that Death Star unit, you're just losing effectiveness immediately. I personally think that with this redeploy command ability and the fact that you now can't apply more than 1 command ability to a unit in a phase, that we will see a shift away from Death Star builds and a bigger focus on multiple small threats. In at number 4 we have the new rule behind terrain. I absolutely love that they added this. I think it's going to really make the battlefields more dynamic. It's going to be nice to be able to get some units a +1 save without having to be fully within the footprint of a terrain feature. It's going to be great for ranged units and small mages. It only works for units under 10 wounds, but still I think it's absolutely fantastic. This new rule combined with Mystic Shield, now back to giving a +1 like it used to, there's multiple ways to give your armies a nice save boost and make your battlefields look amazing in the meantime. My number 5 favourite change is the change to Predatory Endless Spells. I really like what they've done with this. A Predatory Endless spell within 30 of the model that summoned it is controlled by that model, and a model can only control 1 endless spell per phase. I really like this, that they have to focus on it. You know, it's quite narrative. If they lose focus or die, then that spell goes wild and someone else can take control of it. Absolutely brilliant. Hopefully we'll see this more often now, as you won't be casting off a purple sun only to find it returning back through your lines a couple of turns later, which no one wants to see. So hopefully it will get these awesome models back on the board, which can only be a good thing. So there you go, that's my top 5 changes to AOS 3.0. I personally can't wait to play this game. I think they've given it a real focus on monsters and on heroes, and I can't wait to play it. As soon as the tournaments get open again, I can't wait to get back to them It's all exciting to me. If I did get any of these rules wrong, or there's any other rules that you think are absolutely awesome, please let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, don't forget to smash that like button. I'd massively appreciate it. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd like to pick up AOS 3.0 at a big discount, follow the link in the description down below to Element Games. You'll get it for about 20% off, I think, and also to help support the channel in the meantime. Thanks very much for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.